Our next topic is resource planning. Children, if we want development and that also development of the resources, then for that development proper planning has to be done. Means how everything has to be done, proper strategies have to be made, and all the essential measures have to be taken in order to develop the resource if we want the development of the resource. So the question is that why do we need resource planning? Why it is so important? Why it is such an important dimension without which something is incomplete? So planning has to be there, but why it has? Everybody knows that yes, planning has to be done, but the question is that why it has to be done. As I have told you that it is very important, it is essential to do planning, but why it is essential to do planning of resources? Children, because of the unequal and uneven distribution of resources, it is very important to do proper resource planning, because resources in our country, they are not equally distributed, they are not evenly distributed, they are distributed unevenly, they are distributed unequally. That is why the planning of resources is very important. It is a very important dimension without which proper development of resources cannot be possible, it cannot be done. Now I am saying that because of unequal and uneven distribution of resources. Now what do you understand by this unequal and uneven distribution? Children, it means, I'll explain you this with the help of an example. If I take example of Rajasthan, then which resource is found basically in Rajasthan? Children, in Rajasthan we generally find solar energy, we find wind energy. If I take examples of Chhattisgarh, Bihar or Jharkhand, then minerals are found more in areas of Bihar, Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh. Then if I talk about Arunachal Pradesh, then Arunachal Pradesh has abundance of water energy, means water resources are there. So we have seen that these states, even though they are rich in certain resources, but they are not rich in all the resources. It is not evenly distributed. In some parts, something is found in abundance, while the other resource is not found at all. So this is called the uneven distribution of resource. And children, even though all the resources are not available in every region, it is all the resources are not available. Means in some region certain resources available, then in another region another type of resources available. But the other regions, they also need the other resources that are not available. We need everything, we need all kinds of resources for our development. So, for example, Rajasthan, if I am talking about Rajasthan, Rajasthan is having sufficient solar energy and wind energy. But Rajasthan also needs minerals, it also needs water resources, right? So, it is very important that every state or every region should have all the resources. This is called the uneven distribution, and that is why a balanced resource planning at the state, national, regional and local level is required. So that is why planning of resources is very important, so that everything is balanced, all the region is having all types of resources. So that is why children, resource planning is very important, and this is all about resource planning. Now we'll move to the next subtopic, that is resource planning in India. We have learned, I have explained you that what is resource planning, why it is important, why it is essential. Now I'll explain you the resource planning in India. Children, there are basically three types of resource planning in India. Means in three ways resource planning is done, in three steps. The complete planning, the complete strategy, it is divided into three steps. The first step is identifying. Identifying means you have to identify, you have to locate. Means you need to identify that where the particular resource is found, in which region the resource is found. For example, if I am talking about Chhattisgarh, then Chhattisgarh is having sufficient iron ore. So this way you need to find out that which region is having abundance of what type of resource, and this can be done with the help of surveys, with the help of mappings. Proper surveys have to be conducted in order to identify, in order to locate the resource. So this is the first and foremost step, that is identifying. Now the second step is planning structure. Now what is this planning structure? Children, you have already identified that where the iron ore is present. Just I'm taking an example. You have identified that iron ore is present in Chhattisgarh, but you have identified, but you have to make a proper plan that how you will extract that iron ore, how you will utilize that iron ore, what are the techniques that can be applied, what are the strategies that can be applied in order to extract iron ore from Chhattisgarh. This is called the planning structure, means proper plan, proper setup has to be done, proper strategies, how it will be done, proper use of techniques, use of proper machines, advanced machines, that has to be planned. So this is called planning structure. Children, the third step is overall development. Now what do you understand by overall development? See, first you have identified and located the resource. Second, you have made proper strategies, you have used proper techniques in order to extract that resource, and you have extracted it also. For example, if I was talking about iron ore, you have located that, okay, in Chhattisgarh, in this part of Chhattisgarh, iron ore is there. You have located it, and you have also used proper machines, you have used proper technology in order to extract it, and you have extracted also. Now the third step, that is overall development, it means that now you have to see, you have to find out that which region is in need of that iron ore, which region in the country is needed, which region has to be iron ore has to be supplied in which region of the country, and then only overall development of the country can take place, and then only the complete resource planning, means all the three steps, that will prove to be fruitful. So in order to succeed in all the three steps, you have to follow all the three steps, and then the last part, for the overall development, you will have to see, you will have to find out that which region is in need of which resource or which mineral, and then that mineral or that resource, that will be supplied to that region, and then only proper planning can be done. So this is all about planning. Now I'll just say in proper sequence. The first one, identification and inventory of resources across the regions of the country. And how it will be done? It will be done through surveys, with the help of surveys, with the help of mapping and qualitative and quantitative estimation and measurement of the resource, that how much resource is available in that region, how much resource is available in that state. Now the second step is involving a planning structure endowed with appropriate technology, skills and institutional setup for implementing the resource development plan. Means you have to check proper techniques, you have to see the proper planning, that how that located or identified resource will be extracted. And third, matching the resource development plan with overall national development plan. This is the third or the last step, and then only the proper planning can be done, and then only development is possible. Now children, there is an extension to this topic, means one small topic is also attached with this topic, with resource planning, that is availability of resources. Children, of course, availability of resource is very important, it is essential for development, but merely availability of resource in the absence of technology and institutions, it may hinder development, it may stop development. If you have sufficient resource but you don't have the technology, you don't have the proper planning, you don't know how to execute the plan, then there will be no use of such resources. There are certain instances also, means there are certain examples also. Like children, countries, there are certain countries that are rich in resources but are economically backward, means they have sufficient resource but still they are not so rich, they are not so developed, they are economically backward, they are financially backward. For example, Africa. Children, in Africa there is abundance of gold, silver, diamond, but still it is backward, economically backward. Why it is economically backward? Because of lack of technology, lack of institutions. Africa is not having proper technology in order to extract it, in order to use it or utilize it in a better manner. That is why these countries, they are rich in resources, but they are economically or financially poor or economically backward. But there are countries with poor resources, but they are economically developed. Means there are certain countries where resources are not found properly, they are not in abundance, but still those countries, they are economically developed. For example, Britain. Children, Britain, there are certain means it is resources are not found in abundance, but still it is developed. Why it is developed? Because of the technology, because of the technical know-how. They know how to use less resources and make money. They know how to use it in a better way. They have proper techniques, they have skill, they have knowledge, they have proper technical know-how, and as a result of which Britain is a developed country. Now children, our next topic is conservation of resources. Now, why conservation of resource is important? If we will not conserve resource, then what will happen? Since we have abundance of resources in our country, so why to conserve it? Why to preserve it? Children, it is very important, or it is essential to conserve resources. Because why it is important? Because the irrational consumption and overutilization of resources, it may lead towards socio-economic and environmental problems. Since we have abundance of resources, so we are using it, we are causing harm to the nature. We are using it indiscriminately. The consumption is going indiscriminately, and as a result of which the resources are depleting. The socio-economic condition is going down, and the root cause of resource depletion, it is the greediness of the individual, because we want more and more. Our greed is not, our greed never comes to an end. It keeps on increasing, it keeps on rising, and the exploitative nature of modern technology. With the help of modern technology, we are actually exploiting the nature, we are exploiting the resources, and as a result of which what will happen? Resource depletion will happen. It is actually happening. Children, mark the words of Mahatma Gandhi. There is enough for everybody's need, but not for anybody's greed. Children, you cannot be satisfied if the greed is increasing, because greed never comes to an end. It keeps on rising day by day. And if we talk about the need, then our mother nature, the mother nature or the mother earth has given us sufficient to satisfy our needs. But children, consumption, that should not be indiscriminate. It should be as per our needs. Children, Mahatma Gandhi wanted production by the masses, not mass production. Production should not be increased to a great extent. Rather, production should be done by several people. Mass means people. So Mahatma Gandhi, he wanted to replace mass production with production by the masses. So that is why conservation of resources is very important. It is very important to preserve resources.